let's be honest. The
Yeah.
PA was the only one who was gonna be a threat later in that game.
Yeah, when you have a lineup of Batrider, PA, and Magnus that goes for the Greaves and
you have all this potential, but you can't hit creeps. So you're gonna be very strong until like 15 minutes, and then the enemy actually starts hitting creeps, and then at 25 minutes he has twice your net worth, and you can hit hard for nature's profit. Like you can buy a Force Staff, you can buy a Midas, you can buy an Orchid, you can buy a Witchblade. I would be surprised to see a Sanjin Yasha, but aside from that, anything's possible.
Come on, Dagon, Nature's Prophet. That's what we want to see.
I actually played that yesterday and I won. It's actually legit. I swear to God.
Well, the game starts, and man, I don't know. Let's see the laying stage for Nemiga. I feel one hero pool.
Oh,
Wow, I can't believe he would go with that. Valkyrie is like, come on, dude. But in the meantime, guys, if you have, you got waiting for the game to start, you might as well click on the banner down below. Get $15 off if you're registering for the first time. See if you want to put on one of these two awesome teams.
So it's gonna be the Slark IO lane up against Magnus and Tarquillo. And I feel like the Magnus is just not gonna have any fun this game. He didn't have any fun last game, but this game he's also not gonna have fun. Poor Vasha. We're gonna see a bit of a scramble for the runes. We see the Bramble Mace coming out, but it looks like Celery still got the rune. So a bit of damage and mana being traded, but ultimately GG gets the upper hand there. And they're gonna get 3 runes actually, so a huge lead for GG. And they already have the 52% win probability.
Which in this tournament is like 100% basically. 52 is better than 90 right now.
In mid lane we're gonna have Pango against Lesh. It's definitely a bit Lesh favored, but Pango thrives in the lanes where he doesn't do well. Which is a bit of a paradox, but he just doesn't care too much. He's always gonna get his spells. His farm. So we're gonna see a bit of a scramble here. So bad trading. He does have the spirit damage, but I don't think you really want to trade into 4 trees and a clockwork.
Yeah, it's kind of worrisome about it, right? It's like if you walk in, there's just a lot that you have to deal with that could be annoying. Hellscream's also taking quite a few hits here. It has 1 point in Bramble Maze, so you can't just go to the Shadow Realm and be fine. He just takes like, what is that, 300 damage or something from all those hits coming out from Celery.
Yeah, it's so nice that Celery has no attack animation or a really fast one, so it's really easy to start a step, which is really nice.
And he also challenges him. He's like, "Come on, let's see if you want to go back for round 2." But no, I imagine that Hellscream's like, "Nope, that's fine. No, I would really prefer not to do that."
So this is the kind of game where I would expect a kill to happen on the mid lane, just because Quinn is playing his Leshrac, and Maureen is already getting very low. Also, look at the CS and denies so far. Ace has 6 denies on this top lane. Damn.
Yeah, it's very. I mean, it's going really well for Gaimin Gladiators. Basically, all their lanes, right? Mid, we also have Quinn with 4, and like I said, Ace, he's got 8 denies, and I mean, Lina, like she does have like long attack animation, but the projectile still has the line. I feel like Ace has an easier time getting those denies off.
It's definitely a bit awkward for Lina without the Fiery Soul. And that's not even taking into account all of the treant damage as well. Ace up to 10 denies now.
I mean, this is a bigger. It's 2 minutes in, and we already have a 10,000 gold advantage. Malrine
10,000. My goodness.
Sorry, I know it's 1,000. Sorry, 1,000. So we have 1,000 gold advantage. But yeah, Malrine, dude, he is almost always low health. Looks like he did get some heals coming out for him too. A salve was used, or I think the full ball, but. Again, just back to half health, and Quinn just dominating the lane right now.
And it looked like, just looking at Ace's quick buy, he did misclick power threats instead of a Dagon, so we'll see if he changes that up. Ooh, we see a bit of a pounce onto Magnus. This is going to be a decent amount of damage, but Vasha isn't going to be in any trouble just yet. Tofu taking a lot of damage as well, probably got stunned by the LSA. Yeah,
but the nice thing about the Slark is that, of course, you know, every time Baze comes close, he'll Drash will hit him a few times and be like, oh, that's annoying. Can they go for it? Now Tofu was thinking about, but he's pretty low health, and walking up to a lane right now would just cost him his life.
14 denies now on the Ace Nature's Prophet. I feel like Kiritic isn't gonna be happy about that. Last game he was leading from the start and they still couldn't bring it home.
Yeah, when the other guy is denying more than you got last hits, that's definitely cause for despair. You know, when he's got 15 denies.
We see another pounce, this time on the Dark Willow. Does have the Shadow Realm, so Diracho doesn't really want to commit.
It's gonna be fine in the meantime. Probably a lot of regen being used by Nemiga on the bottom lane, right? Because you have Io for the slog that's like, oh, that's all the sustain I need. Whereas every time Bazia and Hellscream take damage, they're gonna have to be using resources to get back up.
Bazia is getting a decent amount of CS, more than I would have expected. And a lot better than last game already.
He's warmed up. You know?
Ooh, Kiritic getting very low, and Ace gets the last hit here. Oh, it's so scary to get close to a Clockwork, especially when he hits the level 3. Because level 2 Battery Assault is more than twice as strong as level 1. So Kiritic just walking slightly too slow and going down there. And now I feel like the tower is already gonna be under a bit of pressure here.
And he's gonna go for more.
Want more. They're gonna go again with the Battery Assault onto Kiritic. Is he gonna be fine? It looks like he is. But the tower doesn't attack Tofu just yet. And the Treant still walking in. Ace gonna be going for the TP. And he is gonna get out Kiritic. Just 150 HP. And he doesn't have any regen for now. And of course Ace used the TP scroll. So he can just teleport right back in. And that's exactly what he's gonna do. They go for a stomp onto Tofu. So he's not gonna catch up to Kiritic just yet. But Kiritic doesn't have boots. Oh, just one more hit for Tofu and he is gonna get it. Kiritic goes down again. So bad. Trading with Ace. Bit of unfortunate Coke placement. And Ace is gonna go down in return. So bad. Does he want to keep going? The answer is gonna be no. But that is really unfortunate for Kiritic. Now Quinn gonna be going for a kill as well. No level 6 yet on Malrine. Doesn't have a swashbuckle. And there is the solo kill we spoke about. My goodness.
This is
just some continuous action.
Yeah, but all in favor of GG, honestly. Like, Kiritic died, he comes back, and the moment he comes back, they already dive on the tower right next to it. They put Tofu, gets him in the cogs, battery assault, they do some damage, and then they try almost get the ace, leaves, comes back, just gets the kill. And Diracho, they're gonna, like, this is a skewer, but really doesn't do anything because again, there's just gonna be an Io, he regens like crazy. This is very scary for Nemiga that it's going this bad from the get-go right now.
Yeah, look at the mid net worth as well. 3.2k for Quinn and 1.7 for Malrine. He is getting demolished.
Dude, Kiritic is also like he's under 2. This is your carry Lina, guys. It's not a support Lina. It's a carry Lina. He's unable to. I mean, he died just twice back to back without getting anything in return. I mean, they did get ace in the end, but he wasn't alive for it. And Malrine, he is rotating here. He wants to get that level 6. Dude, he's not even close to level 6. He's like 5.25 right now.
Elder Titan is higher level. That's insane. I feel so bad for Malrine. Oh my goodness. Nice close up for Diracho Slark.
Yeah, look. Those are, he gets 57% win rate, decent KDA. No, he doesn't play this here too much competitively, but one thing we're not going to be seeing competitively very often will be the Kiritic Lina because he is down 3 right now. Quinn just dives after him and gets the kill.
They're going to get so bad as well with the Pulse Nova, one more right click. And down goes so bad. They rotated the Lina mid because the Pangolier could no longer lane there, and then she solo dies as well. This is painful. And Vazia is gonna go for his Q back, but I don't think that's what you want here. There's not gonna be a pounce for another 10 seconds, but with the Dark Pact they are gonna get the kill. Malrine finally has his level 6 though. Rolling Thunder coming out, a lot of damage onto Diracho. He may not get out of here, but actually he has a pounce, jumps to the high ground, and he is gonna live here. Rolling Thunder is done, and now Maureen is in trouble, does jump to the low ground, so he's gonna be fine for now. Quinn rotated too, he has mana for some spells with its arcane boots, but they're gonna decide not to chase here. I am very surprised Diracho survived there.
He looked dead to rights, but I think one of the rolls he was like just too close to the wall, couldn't get off, and the swashbuckler at the end also missed. And Diracho gets away with Murder Man, and they're not done yet for Gaimin Gladiators. It looks like they want to go for more. Malvery, is he gonna be losing his life? Does have the swashbuckler available?
It looks like they may get a kill into Tofu, but everyone here for GG is just so incredibly tanky. And it feels like Nemiga is just lacking damage, they're lacking mobility, they're lacking farm, and they're lacking team spirit right now.
I love the cogs, by the way. Split them in half, and they're like, well, there's no
Kiriti's gonna go down as well. It's all falling apart for Nemiga Otomo. What can they do?
I mean, your carry is 0-4 9 minutes, and oh god, it's the humanity Malrine. He's gonna go for. I don't think he can actually damage Quinn that much. Well, maybe with the AT helping him out, he could.
Damage. Quinn doesn't have sticks, so he could be going down here, and yes, he is. Indeed, one more swashbuckle is gonna seal the deal, but the kill goes to the ET, which is a bit unfortunate. And at the same time, you do lose the tier 1 top. So Ace is gonna have his Witchblade at a really nice timing.
We did want to see core ET.
Vazia is in trouble once again, one more hit. And he's gonna donate another 1 agility to Diracho. Doesn't look like he wants to keep chasing though, at least for now.
The kill on Quinn did help a lot though. That does make a big factor. For them, 71% for Gaimin Gladiators, and a nice bit of stacks coming out. And, oh, dude, Kiritich.
Oh, he's still level 5 as well. Oh my goodness.
It's really hard to talk about that, you know. And Hellscream looks like he's going to be taking the tome instead. And Hellscream is taking a bit of hits himself, is next to Diracho, but he manages to make it out alive. And so bad is the guy who's almost level 7 on the position 5 ET, and that's kind of their best performance right now.
Yeah, maybe he's going for the carry ET after all. Heeding your advice, Quinn gonna be not dodging the stomp. Needs to be a bit careful here, but there we have a hook shot. Just blocking the Rolling Thunder and relocate out. Tofu goes for some nice cogs. Maureen does get in though. Ace joining the fight with the teleport. Should be able to get the kill on So Bad, and does indeed get the kill. It's just a 1-for-1 trade, which is greatly favoring Nemiga. But they are gonna lose their tier 1, so I'm not sure if this was worth it. And they're just gonna keep chasing on this willow, aren't they? Just taking so much damage. The stun is gonna land. Nice connection by Quinn. And they get another kill on Hellscream.
Yeah, Malvin already used the roll, so he's not going to be able to contribute to anything for the next 40 seconds, basically. He's going to go for the Diffusal Blade, just so he can be as helpful as possible in those team fights. But again, the GG, they're just taking 2 towers now. The map feels like it's very similar to Game 1, but I'll say accelerated, It's even worse than Game 1 right now for Nemiga.
Yeah, I didn't think it could get much more one-sided, but here we are. GG showing that their new roster is ready.
Dude, I told you, it all came down to that position for Monkey King. He was holding them at bay, and then they're like, well, there's no Monkey King this game, we can do whatever we want.
But damn, they just bring in a single NA player and suddenly they're owning. What does this mean, Otomo?
It means NA is the best region, that's obvious.
Ooh,
and Tofu,
he's gonna get gone on, and I think he may be in trouble here. Could try to go for a hook out, but no, he's just gonna get chain stunned. Nice kill for Nemiga. That has to feel good.
And if you guys noticed, that wasn't the NA player who died, right? The NA player is always alive, always doing well.
Of course, of course.
Of course, of course. All right. Where are we in terms of... I wonder how much... if Siller is gonna rush the shard. Sometimes we see them go for like the Holy Lock, then the mech, then go for the shard.
They're gonna try to go for Ace, but they don't have any Rolling Thunder. They're gonna go for the ET ulti. It's gonna deal some okay damage, but it's not really gonna do anything. Cedric even going for the relocate, trying to help out his buddy, but it's ultimately gonna prove unnecessary. The game has slowed down a little bit, it seems like.
Which Nemiga really needs, right? Like Nemiga just needs as much time, like just any time where they're not bleeding kills is a good time for them. And Ace went for the Witchblade to BKB, so just wants to stand there and right click, which is kind of scary for Nemiga to deal with right now because you got that damage coming out from him, and of course you got all this magical damage coming out from Quinn, and Dyrachyo, of course, is a monster as well. So they have a lot of these like decent damage dealing cores, but together they just became like an unstoppable force basically.
So what do you think Nemiga is waiting for? Do they have a specific timing in mind, or are they just fighting for the gosh darn lives?
It's hard to tell, man. Like they're so far behind in terms of net worth. I'm like, what are exactly could you get that changes the game? A diffusal blade on Malrine will help, but we know Vazia is very far from the blink tag. I don't think he has any goals. So and I don't know what
from
Kirich has
GG.
either.
Nice cogs. The clock is gonna take a good amount of damage here. It actually gets close to dying, but there is a mech. And they're gonna get another kill into Hellscream. I'm not sure if that was what they were looking for necessarily, but they do get themselves another kill. At the same time, Ace is just relentlessly pushing towers. Instantly TPs again. And he's already closing in on his BKB, and I'm not sure how they're ever gonna be able to kill him.
I mean, if you can RP chain stun him, or that feels like a possibility. ET has a DD ruin, gets a D ward for so bad, but it feels almost relevant. Look at the amount of sentries the Gaimin Gladiators has in the enemy jungle, just making sure they get no vision of what's going on. And by the way, guys, if you click on the banner down below, you get $15 if you're registering for the first time. Tofu looks like he's in trouble.
Yeah. We see a Rolling Thunder coming out. Celery trying to go for the save here, but that may be his doom. And he's gonna die as well. So, two nice kills for Nemiga. The problem, though, is that they cannot turn this into an objective. They get 2 kills, but they just get back to the tiny portion of the map that they have left. They're gonna kill 2 creep camps in the triangle, while at the same time, in almost every single lane, there is a GG hero farming.
And Ace, I think he's got the BKB finished right now, so he's going to be very happy with the game. But yeah, it's like you said, you know, you get a couple of kills, but what do you actually, like, doesn't change really the pace of the game. But it's, again, anytime you're not losing people on Nemiga or you're trading evenly, you're going to be happy. So a couple of kills for them do make a difference. And looks like Pangler is going to go for the Aghanim Scepter, realizing I need to get as much damage as I can with the Diffusal Blade that I'm going for. So I like this. I do think that will make a difference. Kiritich, though, level 9 at 16 minutes. That's a tough one, man. That's a tough one to see.
Yeah, and GG goes straight into the Roche Pit. I don't think their lineup is as good as last game, but they're still gonna take it pretty darn fast with the Edict and the Treants. And of course, Celery giving some extra attack speed and sustain to Quinn.
Already has the Bloodstone and the Kaya. So, yeah,
we have a Spirit coming in though. The stop is gonna get dodged, and this Roche is gonna go down without any further contest. Oh, Quinn, get it? Yes, there they go. I feel like at some point GG should just buy a gem, right? Because they have a Slark, and I don't think the jump from Nemiga is super scary.
No, we've seen a lot of that happening in the tournament. If you're ahead, you get the gem to take away the enemy's map control. But again, the amount of sentries they have is pretty impressive. And Dyrachyo, look at that. That's like we're saying. Malrine with the diffusers can do a lot of damage here, but he needs a little bit more than that if he's going to bring down the Dyrachyo. They want to take this top tier 2, get the outpost, and just shut Nemiga completely from their neutral side of the camp. Neutral side of the map, sorry.
Yeah, Nemiga are definitely down, but I wouldn't say they're quite out yet. We've seen how much damage Malrine can do, and just a single RP to turn the game around, and that could be what they are looking for right now. But Tofu goes in with the hookshot. Can they burst this Malrine Pango? The answer is no. And there we have the RP onto 3 people with the Earth Splitter. Down goes Tofu, down goes Dyrachyo, and the Aegis for Quinn is lost as well. They kill Celery now too. Ace is still hitting people, but it looks like everyone for GG is gonna be in trouble. They do get the kill on both the Magnus and the Dark Willow, but Ace isn't done yet. But maybe he should be, and he's gonna go down as well. That's a 5-man wipe for Nemiga. How did that happen?
Dude, the RP on 3, I'm sure we're going to get a replay at some point, but the RP on 3 was massive. The Elder Titan landed his ultimate as well. You can see, Elder Titan's damage was pretty huge. And Kiritich at the end did a really good amount of, like, he was able to hit everyone. Nothing coming out from Dyrachyo. It's just got controlled from the start. And yeah, they jumped on Nami hoping to kill him, but he gets the roll off. The RP comes out on 3. That's, I think, 2 of their cores, as well as the clockwork. And yeah, Quinn comes back. He's like, well, I got nothing to do. Ace does do a good amount of damage when he shows up. He was able to kill, Hell's Scream. But once his BKB ran out, it's like, oh, we're just gonna kill you. We're fine with this. So huge. We're cutting down the net worth advantage from something like, what, 11,000 to 6? But for now, though, Nemiga might have to take it a little bit easy because RP is down. And Vazia, it looks like he's going to be losing his life here.
It's another permanent agility for Diracho. He only has 2, though. I would have expected him to have more.
Oh, by the way, Nature's Prophet went for the shard, the one where I think you like hit people that are around you in a tree and you provide some vision. Do you like it?
I'm not a huge fan, but it could be very nice to disrupt the initiations, because it actually works through fog, so you can just press it. Hope you hit the Magnus, but Diracho getting very low, 1 more hit and he's gonna go down. Doesn't get off his ulti. That's another big kill on the Slark. They're gonna kill the IO as well. And Kiritich, he is back.
Yeah, he is basically the same as the head of Diracho right now. And Malrine has been playing pretty well considering the state of the game. And Vazia, as long as he can get a Blink Dagger, his net worth, while not relevant, it's okay as long as he gets the Blink Dagger. He went for the Guardian Greaves before that though, so he just wants to make sure he can help his team survive. But I mean, we saw a good RP without it. We expect him to be able to get a couple of good ones as well if once he has the Blink Dagger available.
Yeah, it's still unbelievable to me that he managed to get that 3-month RP without a blink. He just skewered in.
Oh, to be fair, you know, that was a little bit of Gaimin Gladiators sticking together, being a little too confident. That's going to happen from time to time, you know, especially when you have an IO, you know, sticking next to someone. Although IO wasn't actually caught with the RP in that fight. And IO still does not have the shard. It feels like he hasn't really been able to farm the last few minutes ever since, you know, they stopped dominating the map as much as they used to.
They still have pretty good vision. They have nice control of the Nemiga jungle. But they've got to be a bit careful, and it's got to feel bad as well to lose a fight like that. But they're finally going to get this tier 2 most likely. And I don't think Nemiga is going to be able to defend this.
Well, if you guys
as I say that, the tower survives. And
GG
GG backs
it's almost
up.
like that. You think, there's no way they're gonna go for it. Then they go for it, and turns out, you know, look a little bit bad saying it, but it's fine. Malrine, by the way, already has the Aghanim Scepter flying out to him. With it, his output in the team fights becomes just absolutely massive. You know, shield crash with a couple of swashbuckles. If an RP on 2 people could be just all that Malrine needs to like win the team fight straight out for them.
Looks like Diracho is gonna have an Aghanims as well.
I don't know how, if the Aghanims for Gaimin for Diracho is going to make as big of a difference as Malrine, because it does feel like, you know, fights are going to be kind of stuck together in some way. There's not going to be much chasing from Nemiga coming out from Gaimin Gladiators. We're usually fighting around objectives, and it's kind of like do or die. So I don't know if I love the Aghanim Scepter from Diracho right now.
And Kiritich is gonna finish some BOT, so the items are coming online for both sides. I feel like the next Roche is gonna be a crucial point of contention.
It's gonna come out in about 2 to 5 minutes, depending on whether it's a faster, you know, was the fast or slow Roche here. Ace going back to farming. Looks like he just wants to get that Satanic, so he can just stand there and fight as long as he needs to. Still surprised by this Aghanim Shards. A lot of people, from my side, it's not a big favorite.
From Malrine, he's looking for Celery, not gonna find him though, and beautiful relocate out. Quinn is gonna be safe. Let's see if GG actually wants to fight this. Quinn does TP in. Fully healed, and now there is no roll, and Diracho already gets Vaja, and this is the power of the Aghanims. Just constantly being able to jump back in. They're just gonna get a nice 2 kills here. Ace gets Hellscream as well. So they get the tier 2, they get a few more kills, and even despite that big team wipe, it still feels like the game is firmly in GG's control.
Yeah, when the Nemiga splits apart, the Agam Scepter for Slark looks really good. Like he just got Fascia in that fight, and that was a little bit unfortunate, right? They wanted to. If I saw Mallory during the role, he was trying to find Celery. He's like, I want to stop him from using his ultimate, but unfortunately wasn't able to catch him in time, and they lose his life. Ooh, Kiritic, he's in
The
trouble.
hook shot is gonna miss. Diracho still gonna go for the man fight, and Kiritic doesn't even get to pop his BKB. He just goes down to the straight up physical damage. And Ace TP's out as well, so that's another nice kill for GG.
Trying to think about what Nemiga Gaming has going for them. Their high ground defense is slightly better than last game, thanks to the Pangolier, but other than that, it still feels like a very tough situation to be in right now. Roche might be up in 30 seconds as well, and without map control, they have no vision of the area either. So I don't think they even have a single ward from Nemiga on the map. It's a pretty brutal situation to be in.
Yeah, that's one of the hard parts of playing against this. Like, he's always gonna know where your vision is. They're gonna try to secure some Roche vision here. It's gonna be quite difficult. Also, I imagine that the next shot from Roche is gonna go to the Slug, or do you think there's a better target for GG to give the
Slug is good. Celery, of course, the IO is also really good. But yeah, I'd rather give it to the Slug and tell Celery, just farm it. Alright, everything goes to our cores. Blink Dagger is finished, but the rocket comes out. I don't think spot them because the smoke came out first. So we still do have the Radiant use a scan as well. So they suspect that the smoke is going on, is happening somewhere. No vision on the map anywhere for Nemiga. You can see it right now.
Oh, they see a courier though. But no one is gonna be close. And Gaimin Gladiators anticipated this smoke, and I don't think it's really the right place to smoke anyway. Because you know Roche is gonna be up soon, so if I were Nemiga, I wouldn't want to play around bottom, I would want to play around top. But of course it's very hard to invade the jungle.
So I think they were smoking right next to the Radiant Cliff Ward anyway. I don't think that was removed, or either way though. They're in trouble right now for Nemiga. Although
Ace actually goes in and tries to fight Kiritic. Kiritic just gonna go for a TP though, and that's a BKB charge used. And now Ace is gonna be in a lot of trouble. He has the Satanic, but there is a lot of chain stun coming out from Nemiga, and they are gonna find Ace here. Could be a trade. Hellscream does have a TP. He could try to go for it, but it's gonna be very, very difficult. Quinn just gonna run in with his Pulse Nova, and he's gonna get the kill here on Hellscream. At the same time, ET died as well, but even then, I feel like that's a pretty good trade for Nemiga. Trading your two supports for the, at that time, highest net worth core on Gaimin Gladiators.
Yeah, it's perfectly fine. You know, Kiritic had to use the BKB to survive, but you're okay with that. So therefore, Malrine might be in a bit of trouble here.
He doesn't have the roll, but there we have an RP onto 2. Can they follow this up? Nice 2-man LSA, and they just blow up both Celery and Quinn. Really nicely played for Nemiga. Every single time you think they're out, they come back, they find the crucial pickoffs, and they keep themselves in the game.
Roshan's being picked out as well. It is up, and the Rocket's going to scout out, so they know both teams. Well, actually, Nemiga isn't sure, but they're going to scout out in just a second. But GG, they know it's up. There's no Quinn for 40 seconds, and he has no buyback, so there's no way he can come back to this fight. And yeah, the Rocket spam coming out. They want to go for it. All the cores here from Nemiga Gaming are fighting for it.
They're gonna take it pretty fast. You have a Lina who's gonna hit really fast, and with the Empower hit really hard as well. There is a Rolling Thunder as well. Just we're gonna see a roll here. Ace gonna pop his BKB, gonna go ham with his right clicks, but Roche is getting low. Diracho jumps in, pops his BKB. A lot of damage on the Kiritic, forces himself out. Roche is getting so low. Who's gonna get it? It's gonna be Diracho. Gets hit by the ET ulti as well, but Kiritic is gonna go down. Only Tofu for Gaimin Gladiators dying so far. Hellscream gonna be in a bit of trouble as well. So bad fighting for his life, but he's gonna be going down to Ace's Witchblade. Hellscream going for a nice 4-staff, but there is no escape for him, and 4 heroes die for Nemiga on top of an Aegis for Gaimin Gladiators.
Really tough. By the way, I gotta say, Tofu with that rocket spam, he scared Nemiga. You can see like He was actually all the way across the map, but they're thinking, oh, is he going to hook shot? And he's going to, no, because they have no vision, they have no idea where the rocket, like how far he is shooting it from, but he was way in the bottom lane and making his trip, and Nemiga got hesitant, they didn't take the Roche as fast as they could, because of that, Gaimin Gladiators, they got so much out of that fight.
Do you think Nemiga could have killed the Roche before GG arrived if they didn't hesitate?
I think it would have been a lot closer. I honestly, yes. I think they could have, because it was so close, right? Like Duracho came in, the Roche had a sliver of health. I think it made a big difference. The rocket spam, the treants coming in. Nemiga got spooked a little bit, and they weren't full in as they were when they started.
So now we have another Aegis in the hands of Team GG. So what do you think Nemiga can do right now to stop this high ground push? Should they go for a smoke, just sit in base? What's the plan here?
The thing is that without vision, it's really hard to smoke, right? Because you might be smoking into the 4-man of the enemy team, but that's one option. Although Karetic is going to be fine, he is.
Just gotta get poked. Just a casual poke. Nothing to worry about.
Just give me a couple of that agility. They do have the blink shard on the Magnus, so you can blink, horn toss, catch someone. That's an option. Unfortunately, the one person you're likely to catch is Duracho. Oh!
Duracho is gonna survive, but no, he gets killed by the RP. Just the Aegis though. Ace is taking a good amount of damage as well, standing his ground. Pops the Satanic, so he's gonna be full HP for now. Duracho still going in, doesn't have ulti, but he still has the BKB, and with the leash coming out, Maureen is gonna go down. So they trade 1 for 1, but the one casualty for Gaimin Gladiators was gonna be the Aegis. Ultimately, not too bad for Nemiga though. They're 21k behind, and trading a life for an Aegis is definitely not too bad.
But unfortunately, they still had to use RP and Rolling Thunder, and really basically used everything for that fight. And can they get Duracho a second time?
Yeah, it's gonna be hard for GG to walk up to the high ground with confidence now. But I feel like they're completely fine just farming the map too, because they know, like, they control 80% of it.
Nemiga, what do they have going for them? Again, they're just staying the base. They don't have a buy. They don't have the buyback advantage either. On Bazia will have buyback in a little bit, so I would like to see him play that aggressive thing where you just jump in, catch someone, bring them back, but it still looks very tough for him. And Ace doing huge damage this game with that Witchblade build. Now he's got Satanic. We saw him in that previous fight, just turn the Satanic off. He was like half health, just a couple of hits. He's like, oh, I'm back to full health.
Yeah, this NP is definitely a force to be reckoned with. Ace showing that he used to be a carry player. He's like, I've still got it, people. I've still got it. So, when do you think we're gonna see Ace offlane Arc Warden? Because I believe that's his favorite hero.
I love the idea. I remember someone was telling me you could play Arc Warden, go for like a Meteor Hammer Rush. And obviously Ace isn't going to do that, but I was like, that's an interesting way to play it. I think it would work. If you can go long enough, the Arc Warden comes online, it would be pretty good. I don't know if we'll see it in this tournament. I don't think we're gonna see offlane Arc Warden in this tournament. I'm willing to bet on that one.
I'm not sure if the world is ready for it, to be honest.
It's like, I bet you played it like 2 days ago at a pub, right? You're like, oh yes, I played it. It's not that bad actually. And dude, the map is
from Gaimin Gladiators. The no scope jump from Duracho is not gonna find anyone. Feels forced to pop the BKB. Rolling Thunder coming out as well. No team really engaging thus far. Clock does use his Aghanim's ability, I believe. What is it called again?
Overclocking?
Overclock. Yeah. We see a lot of missiles coming out, and Ace is like, okay, no fight is happening, back to farming.
Why should I be there? There's nothing for me to do. And yeah, he is just massive. All of them are on Gaimin Gladiators' side. Like, Ace is double the net worth of Vazia. Malreen is 6k gold behind Quinn. Kyotic and Duracho are the closest, but there's still a 3,000 gold deficit between them, and it's like, oh man, it is very tough for Nemiga. They do go for a smoke. This is bold, They have no vision around the map, but they're still going for it.
Into smoke. Who's gonna find the other one first? The smoke breaks onto Hellscream. Both teams hesitant to engage until the Ratio goes in. Does kill Hellscream. Beautiful two-man stun and hookshot as well. There is an RP, but everyone is already dead. Nemiga gets blown up by GG. And just Maureen alive. He has a blink, he has a force. He's probably gonna be fine here, but the Gladiators just completely demolished Nemiga there.
Dude, it feels even more one-sided than game one in some way, right? Like we saw Nemiga got the couple of good RPs to get them back in the game, but since then it's just been Game Guys has just been playing way more stable all over the map, always farming, always asserting map control. Maureen jumping in though, but he's leashed.
He's desperately trying to defend. He still has the Rolling Thunder and he's like, I might as well kill some creeps, but I love how GG just doesn't care. And the Sprout actually very good against Pango now. Nice jump by the Ratio, but they can't kill Maureen just yet. We see the hookshot onto Hellscream. Can they follow this up? The answer is yes. Quinn has a blink dagger and they just blow up the Dark Willow once again. 70 seconds dead. We do see the horn toss. Tofu going back to the base, and this is gonna be a nice little kill for Nemiga, but the racks have already fallen. So bad posturing, but I'm not sure if he wants to fight her. We see a Bloodthorn onto the Pango. Quinn jumps in as well. He's gonna go down. So bad is so bad. Dies as well. And that's 3 heroes down for Nemiga, and I don't really see why Gaimin Gladiators would stop pushing now. I feel like Nemiga has nothing left. And we see another jump, this time onto Kiritich. He still has a BKB, doesn't really want to commit. We see a horn toss back to base, but it's not in the base, so Duracho is going to be fine. Buyback from the Pango, and it's going to be Celery going down here, but that is not what Nemiga was looking for.
Might be enough to
inside the Sprout. Could they get the profit here? He still has his BKB and his Satanic. There is no RP, so A stands his ground. Finally does get it, gets it onto 2 people as well. Good amount of damage on Duracho, but they just don't have enough to kill anyone. Especially with the Celery relocate. Everyone is just back up to full HP. Here a Laguna Blade coming out. They do get someone in the base, but it's not gonna be enough. And Quinn is like, base is not safe for you, and GG is called. Game ends. Gaimin Gladiators is victorious.